Hi, Mori Mo here. Episode 9 just dropped. So spoilers ahead. And if you can hear me smiling, is because I was Team Nalase the whole time, and I'm totally vindicated. Lamasu is definitely not the nice one here, as we know he has no problem killing off Omega. But I'm not right on everything. I thought for sure this storyline of Omega's abduction would last 3 episodes, like a Clone Wars arc, and it looks like it's already wrapped up. But I don't think we're going to be done with bounty hunters or people chasing after Omega anytime soon. That's going to be an ongoing threat. And I have a feeling Omega's going to end up going to Kamino regardless of Hunter's wishes. I know he's going to try his best, but she may end up going to Kamino in a really scary situation. If not season 1, then season 2. So, so we saw that Finnick was indeed hired by Nalase to keep Omega safe, not necessarily to pursue the Bad Batch, because Nalase knows the Bad Batch will protect her precious baby girl. And Lamasu, as I said earlier, he is more than happy to see Omega, just have her DNA extracted, and then kill off the girl. Now, we did get a scene where Tech had analyzed Omega's DNA. I thought we'd get a really big reveal for episode 9, maybe that she was force sensitive or the mother of all the clones. So nothing about being force sensitive. Again, she might not be. I think it's possible she's not. But not a really huge reveal. She's one of the 2 unaltered clones. As far as aging and obedience is concerned, made directly from Jango Fett. So we got to see Boba Fett's code name of Alpha mentioned again in canon. He had been called Alpha before, Alpha 0500. So he's back to being called Alpha, and of course, Omega is Omega. So that's an interesting pairing there, the Alpha and Omega, a brother and sister. I'll talk a little more about that in a little bit. But as far as what we're going to see for future episodes, so again, we'll have Common Ground coming up. I had thought maybe it was the Bad Batch of the Kaminoans. I think the only Kaminoan on their side is obviously Nalase. And if Crosshair comes around, but I don't see that happening in the next episode. That might be a story for at the very end of this season or next season. Crosshair is still their enemy, and I think he's going to stick around as that for a little while longer. And then we've got Devil's Deal, and that could be teaming up with bounty hunters. I don't think we're done with bounty hunters this week. And if they deal with any bounty hunter, it will be Fennec Shand. I don't think Omega knows exactly that Fennec Shand is being hired by Nalase. Maybe she's guessed that, but I don't know that she knows for sure. She understands from what Fennec said that Lamasu was her primary enemy. And I still don't think the Bad Batch totally knows the entire value of Omega. I feel like if it was just that she was more genetic material for more clones, then why would that be so important? Especially since Tarkin doesn't have any interest in the clones that currently exist. Why would more of the same be any different? That's why I find myself wondering if there is something more to Omega than the previous clones. It may not be that she's force sensitive, but given how much the Palpatine image played over in the poster and promo, I still think there's something going on there. And those green tubes that we saw in this episode, that looked very suspiciously like a lot of the green containers of dead Snokes on Exegol and the Rise of Skywalker, and like the green tubes that we saw in The Mandalorian too as well. So I think all of that is coming into play. Probably won't be done all in one season, but from season 1 to season 2. And again, the rest of the episodes infested War Mantle. War Mantle is self-explanatory. Infested is, I don't know what that is. Probably going to be like an alien bug or something. But who knows? So anyways, I don't think we're done with bounty hunters by a long shot. And we might be done with Cad Bane this season, but I don't know. And I'm still wondering if Boba Fett's going to come into this too. So moving along, one of the things I think is really interesting, seeing Boba Fett being called Alpha again is it makes me think of the Book of Boba Fett, where we're going to see Boba Fett and Fennec on Tatooine. I think we're going to see that Boba Fett had a relationship with Fennec, maybe romantic, maybe not, before. But I'm really wondering if Omega is going to end up in the Book of Boba Fett to continue her story and to have this story of a brother and sister. You know, again, we got that Tatooine, two sons imagery, and I feel like this is something Star Wars that loves its binary sun symbolism is going to have at some point. I feel like it's coming. Maybe not this year, maybe the next year. Yeah, Alpha and Omega, of course they're going to play with that. So I still think there's more to Omega than we know, and whether it's force sensitivity or not, or she's just apparently she's not the mother of all the clones. I feel pretty confident in saying that now. I think that theory isn't quite accurate anymore, but it was a fun one. But that still raises questions over the Bad Batch themselves. We were told they were defective, but they're not really defective. Even Tech said, well, we're deviant. You know, they're not defective. What is their defect? What would make them bad in the eyes of the Kaminoans? I think we need a little more exploration on that too. So I think we're going to find that out eventually. But it was really great this episode, seeing Omega being extremely clever, finding ways to get herself out. It was really cool seeing Fennec Shan, who is an amazing bounty hunter, pretty much about as good as Cad Bane, you know. So that was a lot of fun, and I will write a blog on this and link to that a little bit later, and hope you guys had fun with this episode, having fun, you know, speculating with theories and everything. Tell me what you guys think, okay? May the Force be with you.